All right, welcome back to the Culture Check. This segment is gonna be on content and entertainment. But before we do that, I want to play a little icebreaker game. I feel like we've been talking a lot of like jargon, so you weren't prepared. Yeah, I know. But someone was. So we're gonna play a little game called acronyms.
What?
Acronyms.
Me. Oh, by accident.
So, like obviously you know what LOL stands for.
Laugh out loud. They win.
But no.
On lock.
Right. So I'm just gonna ask easy questions. So for now. So Dej, what does BAE stand for?
Is that not just short for
I
big?
know.
Nope.
Can I say?
I don't
No.
know then.
No,
So
you
you
didn't tell me this one.
I don't know what B is, man.
really?
Can you
Does anyone?
Can I know.
Right. Y'all didn't know it stands for
I
something?
know.
No, I thought it was just short. I thought it was just short for boo, for babe, innit?
Wow.
What is it?
Wait.
No.
Can I?
You don't need
Yeah,
to make
go
it.
on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, is it before anyone else?
So you get a cookie afterwards.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna take it anyway.
She gets another one.
Yeah.
Right. ASAP.
As soon as possible.
You didn't know that one?
I do. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say I'm giving you the easy ones now.
I just said it was
Right.
Easy.
B.
It was. 'Cause
You
I
know,
knew it.
you don't know what
Before
B is?
anyone else.
Right. Let's kick it up a notch. Uncle Jay, you look smart. What does GIF stand for?
GIF.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not a GIF.
No, that's a good point.
It starts with a G, so I'm gonna say GIF.
That's true.
No, but some people say
I actually don't know. Graphic. I don't know.
Anyone want to take a stab at it?
Graphic informative photo.
Photo with an S?
No, sorry. I take it back.
It's okay.
Close enough. Graphics interchange format. You guys, you're using all these things. You don't even know what it stands for. Yes. That doesn't matter. Don't ask me. TTYL.
Talk to you
Actually,
later.
We all know that one.
yeah, those are the easy ones. Man.
Right. POTUS.
President of the United States.
States.
We're smart.
If you were at the show, you know this one. SEAL in Navy SEAL. What does SEAL stand for?
You were in the back and ready for being the main character.
You know, like that.
Sorry.
I was late.
Service.
No, SEAL.
Yeah, service.
Navy SEAL.
Is it soldier? No, is it
Situation.
We think about Navy. Where
Navy.
do they normally like?
See.
Sea and land.
E.
Yes.
C
But
S E C.
Sea,
Yeah,
earth, land, and land.
is E. A.
No, C. They take the S
Oh,
and
C.
the E. Yeah,
So,
sea
it's
and
an
land.
The definition is an acronym.
Acronym, fam.
So
Oh,
C.
sorry.
You know what? I saw where you were going.
Do you get what? Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
S E
Yeah.
from sea.
Yeah.
I was like, just tell us.
Sea, earth, and land.
Sea, earth, and land.
close. Sea, Air, Land Forces.
Oh, it was close,
I would say
man.
that was close. That was not even.
I was trying to be nice
It's,
to you
it's
guys.
today that I found out that was an acronym.
Alright.
Say that again.
Sea, Air, Land Forces.
Sea, air,
That is true.
I actually didn't know.
I didn't know it was an animal.
I just learned that
Learn
today.
some, yeah, I know.
The animal. Seriously.
We don't like to read, I know.
I swear to God.
SWAT. Just like the SWAT
Oh,
team.
you
Is
said
it the
this.
strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and
SWOT.
threats?
No.
No, that's SWOT.
That's SWOT analysis.
Absolutely not.
SWOT analysis.
Opportunity and threat, you know.
Technically,
She's right. SWOT analysis.
You didn't define.
Okay.
SWOT
I'll give you that
Take
one.
it up, you
But
take
I'm
it up,
talking
you take it
about, the brothers of the Navy SEALs.
Service with amazing.
You know that you're not mic'd up, and you need a mic to talk.
Is that true? Is that it? I was like, ain't no way.
I actually, what is it?
Special weapons and tactics. Isn't it?
Why?
I
Wait.
don't think that sounds right.
The thing is, why do we need to know this?
Hey, you watched the show. You never watched SWAT.
No, I
No.
don't want SWAT, man.
Personally, I don't think that's right.
All right, last one. Ooh, wait, the zip part and zip code.
The zip part and zip code.
Yeah, so
ZIP.
zip, ZIP. Yeah.
Z.
Zone.
Zeda will know.
I know you were
Zone. I got zone, lads. I
You
got
know
zone.
what? Walk together. Walk
Okay,
together.
zone. Population.
It's I first. I first.
Yeah, no,
If
but
it's
P is
high
population.
Zone information population.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
Close.
Is P population?
No.
Zone. Identity.
Anybody know what zip stands for?
Infrastructure.
Oh yeah, David.
50-50, call a friend.
Google
Can
zip.
we help us?
Someone Google
Your
zip.
phones are your
Personally,
It's like that, yeah.
Identification.
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 No?
What is it? What is it?
personally, I think this game is crap. No. I got TTYL. And
Maybe we'll inspire the
this
Get
Zone.
paid. How did you not get paid?
because what's
Zone I is the people don't know.
Zone identify. No?
Zone improvement plan, lads.
this is
That's for zip code.
So zip code. Zone improvement
This-
code.
Zip code and not know what zip.
do we have zip codes in Ireland?
We have air code.
It's
Yeah.
okay, but did they say zip code?
But they are zip codes.
They are zip codes,
Yeah,
actually.
because-
But-
Alright, last one. Let's end on a good one. UFO.
Unidentified
Flying object.
flying
Know that
object.
one.
Foreign
Eh?
object.
Look at you guys.
It's foreign.
Flying
They
or foreign?
change it.
Alright.
No. We're gonna clarify that.
Is it foreign or
UFO.
flying?
Is it flying or
It used to be
foreign?
foreign because it's flying because obviously sauces and shit. But it's foreign.
Flying.
No, that's fact.
Sauces and
I
Flying.
know random shit and I know that.
Unidentified flying
It's foreign.
object. Okay, you know what? Foreign. How about that?
Thank you.
Yeah?
go.
You happy?
Oh, I know. I was always
Yeah.
right.
You know what? I prefer better icebreaker.
What?
Like when
Like
you
a
say,
better
what
game.
do you charge into the game this
No,
week?
but the ice big
That's a
break-
better IFS week.
The ice was
You know like that.
This
You
ain't
can
a
find us on
podcast.
Culture Shop every Wednesday.
You see? Perfect segue for content and entertainment.
Tomatoes.
Right, guys, we've come such a long way in Ireland when it comes to like creating content and trying to keep content in-house. Because growing up, like you said, we watched Channel U, Trouble, all these other channels, but now we have YouTubers, we have podcasters and content creators. I suppose first question, like, what is your opinion on the market, or when it comes to content creating in Ireland? Like, where's your head at, pod? But like,
yeah.
when it comes to like, consistency, quality, the whole lot, what's your lot's opinion?
It's easy to say it's obviously been the best we've seen it, but also in terms of just say podcasting, it's like we're saying the leading the charge for at the minute would say is where's your head at, and even at that they're 2 years old at most, maybe 110, 120 episodes, and so it's still at its infancy. And then you have they do their thing, and sometimes like when I know me and Deji, they'll tell us, oh, you guys are finally consistent and you guys are finally getting it together. You're there every week with 30 episodes in, and we're grateful for that. But they've done it for 2 years, just consistency. And we get accustomed to greatness sometimes. The analogy I use is like if Messi scores 40 goals this year, Messi scored
Becomes
it's
the
just
norm.
Messi. But if Salah scores 40, it's like, oh, like, do you know that kind of way? So sometimes it's like when we get told, oh, you guys are so consistent and we're grateful. But I always say this to the lads, and I've said it to them, it's like, it's because we saw what was possible. It's because we saw some people lead the charge. Like we were talking to Tommy earlier, like 2 live shows. And when it came to our podcast, I was like, if that's the standard, if we're not willing to even try to be consistent first and foremost, as they are, never mind the sold out shows, never mind the big guests that they had, let's just be consistent first and see where it goes. So I think that set the bar for us podcasters. Let's just start with that. For me anyways, I don't want to speak for Deji or Dave, whatever. And then to see what Beebs TV is doing on YouTube and his little skits. So it's a different form of content. And then you have different form of podcasting where you have interview style, where Dongo does an interview style podcast, which has more like banter and witty. And then you have Nestor's pod, which people are more vulnerable and they're talking about their experiences. And you're like, okay, we're getting variety in our content. It's not just, I like our podcast, but I'm like, people come on, like Oyenza will say, we come on there, we want to have fun, enjoy this conversation. But I also like the podcast that I'm listening and I'm seeing like, okay, your parents were like this about you having OnlyFans, and this is how your parents felt, and this is who you are, and this is what leads to the
You
person
get
you
to
are today.
see or
Yeah.
get more of an idea of who
and
that person
who they
is.
are. And I think it's great that we have a variety in podcasting. Not all of us are just meeting up, having a laugh. It's well and good, but it's also good to have those kind of things. So I think it's the best it's been, because I know I did 3 at the back, ran it back, it wasn't consistent, but so now to see it later, 4 years later. it's
That's
great
an
stuff.
important point to make, that you did start with 3 at the back and you've evolved into charges to the game.
Yeah.
How important is it then to kind of, I wouldn't say important, but like, is it part of the process that if you start something and it doesn't go a particular way, to re-strategize
Yeah.
or refocus in that growth?
Marketing, we have this conversation. Marketing and branding, I don't think people, like we're saying, people need to understand how important that was. When you have the name 3 at the back, even if we're having a conversation, it's about football. People in their brain, three at the back is a defensive.
formation.
It's a formation. You know, that kind of way. So to scrap that and start again, I don't think it was a no-brainer, especially because we're not talking about football anymore. And I don't think it was a thing that we were like afraid to do or shy to do. We kind of had to do it, because if we wanted people to engage to our podcast, we'd be like, okay, three at the back. The intro, I liked it, and we're back three at the back. It flowed. But Deji and Dave can tell you, it was like, we can't, marketing and branding is as important as, podcasting is the easy part. When Opizzy and Fiona showed up and we're talking to them, that's fun. That's where you're just having a laugh and they're calling Dave semi-cooked. But it's the part of like, okay, how do we deliver this to people's faces? And how do we get them to see, they see that we've changed from three at the back to Charger? That's the part that, like previous panels have said, even we're learning. We're looking at what the lads are doing, I look at what Nestor's doing, look what Dongo's was like, okay, we might tweak it here, we might tweak it there. So I don't think the rebranding was a difficult decision. It was necessary.
Yeah, I remember the first time we posted the clip, one of the girls was like, I thought you guys just talk about football. And I was like, not really.
Exactly.
So it just kind of like, we just kind of got forced into doing it.
And Oyinza, like when it comes to Zeda,
Yeah, I know. I was gonna correct you first, anyway. So
she told me this off camera.
I
bro.
did, you know. I did,
Hands up.
I did.
Zeda, when it comes to like, especially in the entertainment industry here in Ireland, you've been exposed to like a lot of artists, a lot of content creators even, and you know, you would have put out a lot of sets, different things. Who, especially this year, who would you say, like, I don't want to pick and choose, but like, what would your opinion be on the trajectory of where we are now versus even when you did Spotlight Air 2 years ago?
I want to reverse a little bit, because obviously when you first asked your first question, you started talking about podcasts, and obviously podcast is definitely content. But I think as a group, maybe we should clarify what exactly content is. For me, because I'm not really in the podcast world and I'm not in the music world essentially as an artist. I am an artist in terms of I'm a visual artist, but content creation seems to me like you're standing in front of a camera and you're talking, like you're showing your outfits, you're doing your makeup, or you're doing like that kind of that specific world of content creation has kind of co-opted the whole definition of the word, which is funny. It is. Wait, what?
There's a question I'm gonna ask.
Okay. It's co-opted that word. So now when you think of content, we're only thinking of content creators, people that make TikToks and they talk about the fashion or they make the outfits is using off them or something like that. Like that's what we consider content. Or essentially, it's if you create something, that's content. But to kind of go back to your question, this year I think, and it's literally this. I think we're gonna keep reiterating the same thing in every single panel here. Is yes, we are in infancy, but 2022 has been wholeheartedly the most craziest and amazing years for every single genre of content creation or just creating in general to have released something. From people being consistent, like changing brandings and being consistent. From people like blowing up literally, like, and from people being able to have live shows, people blowing up on TikTok, blowing up on Instagram, from people being able to now travel the world with actual acclaimed artists to open for them. This has been the first year, I think, 2023. We can actually all say that there's been levels. Now, we don't need to talk about it now. There's definitely people not that they're not deserving, but there's definitely people who they're getting all these achievements. The talent is not there, but they're getting the achievements anyway. And it's not, for me, because I'm not in that world, I know it's not coming from a jealousy point of view. My ears work, my eyes work. I don't know why you're getting these things. But I think...
Could you not be... Could you not be...
No.
Could it not be strategic positioning though?
What?
Could it not be strategic positioning in
Exactly.
that sense?
So for me, what I was going to lead up to is even if like I said, my ears, eyes, whatever working, and I don't understand why you're in that space, because like we are in the infancy and people are able to achieve those things. Even if I myself, and I know a lot of other people, because that's the thing is we all talk in silence. Like there may not be a camera or a recorder on us, but I know we're all having these conversations. That's why the things like Black and Irish, those conversations were happening in private, maybe not in front of camera. People thinking, why is that person there? So you yourself may not think that person is supposed to achieve that said thing, but somebody clearly does. That's why they're in that space to be able to attain such a high level of respect or whatnot. Sorry if I didn't answer your question.
No.
But to round it all up, this year I think for myself, just being able to like be friends with people who are literally changing the game. That I know they're in my playlist. Like being friends with people that they're actually like in my wrapped up, they're gonna be in that list. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
like
you.
literally, when it's sectors. Like the genres you listen to, literally one of it is literally Irish pop or Irish rap. And the fact that people that you know that you literally follow or you talk to on a daily basis creating things that you want to ingest from music, from podcasts. Like I told the guys, this is the first time the podcast we're in is the first time I've actually ever watched or listened to a podcast in completion. Yeah, you really should. And it's because it was and I was in it, that's why I did watch it. But apart from that, not even us, them themselves, it was really, and now I want to listen to more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really, really proud of the scene right now.
You said something earlier on in what you said there about people are just, they might not be as consistent along, but they're getting the chances that other people might deserve. Not even that. When it comes to content creation, you can be quite limited in what content creating is. It's just like camera and you're talking in front of someone. But essentially, that's essentially what we're doing, that this camera's set up and we're talking in front of the camera. But my question is there a question of the value that person is bringing in front of the camera, or like the clout per se that mirrors, or that mirages the content creation process? Because at the end of the day, it's still content.
Yeah, like I think Jordan and I, or maybe even everybody uses clout as a currency now. Like clout is like, it's actual, like it may not have a monetary value, but it definitely has a value.
Yeah.
Having clout or being able to obtain clout. And fact of the matter is, yes, there's different levels. People making really, really well edited videos that they spend hours on doing all these like transitions and all these things, or someone just stands there and like just, I don't know, whooshes, or just maybe talks crap on camera. I don't know if we're allowed to talks crap on camera. But I don't know. The funny thing is, it's the notoriety of that person is actually sometimes what gets the following. Because I know there's some people that are nominated, for example, this year, which it's like, oh, who's the best thing of this year? But they maybe only possibly, I'm not atting you in case you see this. They only got, no, he's my friend. They only got maybe notable in the last end of the year, but they're gonna possibly win maybe every single category they're in. Do you know what I mean? And this is me specifically talking about Black Lives Gala Awards, and it's just because of clout. Do you know what I mean? Because they're in certain categories, like, why are you're not
What
related
category?
to that.
What category are you talking about?
Just say the person's name at this point, like.
I love you, Sammy.
Do you know what? Let's touch on that for a little bit, because that's what we're saying about content and entertainment. Dami, especially if you follow Dami, he's been posting since the last three. But he's been
Even
before he went.
Yeah.
You see his content, you see his drip, you see.
I saw him at
his
Black and
fashion.
Irish last year,
Yeah.
and he had lights with him and cameras, and he
Yeah.
came to the event with like a professional Instagram. So I was looking at that, I was like, he's about it.
No, when you see someone like that and you see him going on Love Island and you see him doing the things he's doing, would you not say that was value now?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, if any comment I just made before this, it's not in any way negative on him, and it has nothing to do with having a personal friend.
I'm not even saying Dami, I'm just
Yeah.
talking about like even now.
It's a strategy,
Yeah.
essentially. And the thing is, I won't lie, anyone that goes to a show like that, they got exactly what they wanted, which is clout, which is notoriety. So I'm not hating on it in any sense. I think maybe what I was trying to say is, because whatever categories maybe someone like him is in, they're going to win it regardless of whatever. It's not to do with content, it's to do with clout. And me personally, I don't know, I have a problem with that, because there's people that are putting in hours and hours and hours, but because he has a certain amount of following.
But
There's what you say.
But the quality,
high level of
like
clout.
the thing is like, I get what you're saying about clout, but the quality is also there, because he could have went to Love Island, came out and be irrelevant like some people.
Oh, wait, there's only one other person. So.
Like, but look,
sure?
I
Who
don't
you
I don't know. What's that one that just broke up with this girl? Yeah, like Luca, bro. Where is he? What's he doing?
Michael Owen's house.
Yeah.
2 million followers, bro.
No, but the thing is, like, you could see that Dami was preparing for that before he went on the show.
Facts.
He went on the show, and now the thing is not like, yeah, granted the clout is pushing the numbers, but the quality of the videos that he's actually posting, like, I follow him. The quality of the videos he's actually posting are funny. Like the content that he's putting out is
The
good.
one where Ikena is.
where he's at the ATM, and it's funny, like, and the content that he's putting out is good. Like, what's called, people are saying that they're rating the way he dresses, they're rating the content that he's putting out. Just because he's got the clout and the clout got pushed up, I still think he might still be deserving to win it. Remove the clout. Like, the quality is there. It would be a different situation if the quality wasn't there and it's the clout that's pushing out. It's like, he's not really posting. That outfit really didn't bang, but it's banging. Everything he's doing is banging.
I get what you're saying. If you just went to Love Island and didn't post or didn't follow up with the content, it'll be like, okay, it's just off clout. But because let's be honest, Love Island is what, June? So that's 6 months of the year anyways that he went to Love Island and then he followed up with consistent
And
content
it feels like
that are
he's.
enjoyable.
It also feels
Yeah,
like
I get what
he's
you're saying.
been pulling away from the Love Island thing. Now you say Dammy Hope, you don't say, oh, Love Island, blah 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 blah. It's just Dammy. So the quality is there as well. So I feel like sometimes.
I was not taught. And it's not
No,
even
yeah, yeah.
because me, I won't lie, I will speak and that's your own. Like, literally, cry blood. So it's not even that. That is not it. I don't want it to feel like we're negging on one specific person. The fact that, like, if we're going to be for real, if we're going to talk about the singular most important Black and Irish person this year, it's him. No
Facts.
question.
Yeah.
Not close.
Yeah.
Debate,
If it was
no-
an overall
You get
award
me? I'm
for
not even
Black and Irish, it'd
nominated,
probably be
guys.
him.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
He
I'm not
he
even nominated.
he actually raised the Black and Irish men's stock quite a bit.
Yeah.
He did. He did.
Save
Like,
Dammy.
even
He
in
did.
a sense, people will be commenting underneath videos of like other Black and Irish people, like, "Oh, you sound like Dammy Hope." I don't know if any of you noticed that. If you
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the
I've seen
TikTok
a few.
videos,
Someone-
comments,
I've been
Someone
told
said
that
to me-
you
nonsense.
sound like him.
Yeah, he said he birthed a whole generation of fashion niggas. Like young people that were probably. No, it wasn't you. That was
Wait, one thing I want to touch on. You mentioned something, Zeda, that when you went on the last podcast, that was the first time you watched the podcast in full, and I feel like that is a lot of the Irish population. Why do you feel that is? Why do you? And I don't want to comment to the Fiona. This is for you. Like, I don't want to go into like the whole era of support, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why don't we want to watch our own as much as others?
I think familiarity plays into it big time. You know, like because no one is doing it full time per se. It's like, oh, sure, that's just Jordan and Deji and Dave. I can see them when I go out, kind of thing. You don't really value what you have when it's in front of you, but you look to other places and be like, oh my God, it's this person. But it's more or less the same amount of. It's a similar amount of effort that's being put in to what we do here as to what others are doing outside. But because it is a very small community, it's easily accessible as well. I think that's why people don't
Does
really
it beg
value
the
it
question
as much.
then, do you have to leave Ireland to get that recognition? Especially if you're going to be doing entertainment and content.
My thing is, I'm a yes and a no.
Why? Yes.
Why I say yes is because, like everyone has been saying in every segment, it's still at its infancy. And for you to attain a certain level of success that you're seeing outside, it is a lot harder to do when something is just beginning.
Yeah.
There is no kind of bar yet for people to be like, okay, this person has made it, I'm going to achieve to be like them or even better. There isn't really anything like that yet. And even just touching on what we said previously with Dammy, you know, I feel like now that, you know, he's gone, he's done what he's done, that is a new kind of level of success that people can look at now and be like, okay, do you know what? Dammy was born, I don't know if he was born, but he was bred in Ireland. He was here for X amount of years. He went on this show, and now he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So in order to get to where he is right now, he had to leave.
Yeah.
Question.
You know?
Are we only... Is it because Dammy's success is recent, or... I don't feel like Yewande got this level of, oh, this is the new standard.
I think.
Especially hers being longer.
Well, they have the same following still, so.
Yeah, but...
I think because Dammy was closer to home. Like a lot of us.
I didn't know Yewande
Yeah,
before that
that's
show.
what I mean.
Personally,
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
know
what
her.
a lot of us
Yeah.
more because it's probably similar.
Yeah.
Like he's friends with one of my friends. He's a mutual friend of mine.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him at the Black and Irish thing. I've seen him out and about, and a lot of us have.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, the minute he was on, we're like, I've known this guy. Like she's saying, the familiarity was there to back it. And just on the point of like, the podcast is like, oh, why was that the first time that you listened to a full episode? Yeah, no, it's like podcasting is people talking for 2 hours, and I understand it's like, why would anybody sit and listen to Jordan talk for 2 hours?
I
Yeah.
love podcasts.
See,
No,
that's
I
why
know,
we're the best
but-
person
But
at
what,
it.
visual or audio?
No, audio.
Yeah.
Audio. I don't watch visuals.
And it's just a thing to, it's just to say that like, for you to just expect people to just sit down and listen to you for 2 hours straight non-stop, maybe like what else are you offering or what else are you giving? It's just back the strength of you, and that's why a lot of podcasts now comes from like maybe personalities and influencers, and because people have already invested in their personalities. But 3 Black and Irish guys just starting a podcast, it's going to be a slow progression. Like before people are like, okay, let me
Take
tune into
attention.
these guys, because they haven't invested into Jordan, Deji, or Dave yet. So we have to kind of sell the podcast to them. So
And you're set up.
And people,
yeah,
people,
that thing, yeah.
people, like the thing is, timestamps scare people. If people see anything over 20 minutes, they're scared already.
Yeah.
Even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then that's why we had to then go and change it. Like Fiona said she's a podcast listener. I know bare people that say they can't listen to podcasts because they feel like they have to sit and pay attention, but you can't just sit and pay attention and stare at the wall. So they just can't listen. But some people would rather watch a show. But then also it's like, that's 2 hours long. Am I going to do that?
Why am I listening to these
So
guys for 2 hours?
then that's why you could see the change of where, like, we had this conversation. We had to start putting out clips because people will sit there and watch 10 30-second clips, 10 2-minute clips,
They'll go
and
through
not
your
think of,
TikTok and just keep going through the TikTok.
and they will stay on your TikTok for hours.
Yeah, you've gotten them for an hour. You couldn't get them for YouTube for an hour, but you got them on your TikTok for an hour. So it's the same effect. And then after, like
And then
the
once you get
example I use
that-
is shit and gigs. I always see shit and gigs as they're reading those tweets on their TikTok. One day I was like, let me actually check out these podcasts and see what these guys are talking about. So I don't think it's a matter of support. And I would never look because just doing in our podcast anyway, anytime we say, can you come on? Do you mind coming on this date? People are using their petrol, they're bringing those gifts. So I never look at it as like, oh, there's no support there. It's just us now. We know we can get the support. Sell yourself better. It's on us.
Yeah, just essentially, yeah. If you say that there's no support, just be better.
Well, I think that's very, I don't know,
Self-aware.
it's a misguided, I get
Why?
where you're coming from. That support thing, it's a misguided approach to have because there's always 2 sides, 3 sides sometimes to a coin. Because yes, sell yourself better, do better, make better things. But sometimes I've talked about this before, being a hater, United FC.
Oh, come on.
You know, I almost missed this. Being a hater, but I always I'm an ethical hater. I don't hate for like just.
Yeah, you
what I
have
do.
For the sake of hating.
You have
Yeah, I mean, there's a
educated
logic behind
opinions.
hating. We are haters in Ireland. Let's actually just be.
Damn.
We are.
But everyone says that about everywhere.
No, but.
But I feel here because the market,
Bad vibes.
No,
Because
but everybody says that everywhere.
the market
People-
here is smaller.
No, but the
it's
thing is,
easier
right?
to hate.
People in London say that London's bad vibes and London people don't support. Everybody, anywhere that they are from, always say, people don't support me where I'm from. I had to pop somewhere else. And then the thing is, right, the reason why I say be better is because the internet has made the world so small, right? We had someone on the podcast where they said that they asked to do something for a show. The people said no. They then put out content that was good. Certain people around the world saw it. Then there's people that they asked spun back and said yes. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's good, it's gonna reach somebody.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? If you're good, you're consistent, it's gonna reach somebody. So that's when I say be better. The world is so tiny now that what is the difference between, like, there's not a UK TikTok that you don't get to see anyone outside of there. You're gonna see everything. Eventually, it's gonna pop up.
Black Twitter is literally everyone that's black. It's no longer like
Yeah.
Black UK or Black
Yeah,
America. We're
it's
all
everyone.
in.
I see
even
French
Nine
niggas
Jats
popping up
Twitters
on my-
infiltrating Black Twitter now. You know.
Exactly. So if you're good enough, someone is gonna like it and someone is gonna share it. Good is subjective.
Yeah, that's literally why I asked.
Rochelle, I know you don't like rappers. Say they hide who they are and they more actors. You're not trying to be a song, strung along. Be the last to know what's going on. I know you don't like rappers. See you independent, that's intimidating. How the real man never keeps a queen waiting. Shut our roll Momo for the Neeks hating. Action speaks, so watch what you keep saying. I don't have time, I don't make time. Say that while doing nothing at the same time. Not in the games, to my stress, I get sick of it. And I could never read the signs, I'm illiterate. Introverted but outgoing at the same time. And staying silent is the only way I keep my distance into wishing I would find you. I thank your parents, I'm just happy that they had you. Love for what it's worth, I'll put a bowl under earth for you. Crawl through the snow and the dirt for you. And still be the same when I be with the guys I know you holding back. I can see it in your eyes, start with a conversation. Be my liberation, I didn't say it's love, but it's gonna be on infatuation. They hang around, but they don't really know you. So many things I can show you. But Rochelle, I know you don't like rappers. Say they hide who they are and they more actors. You're not trying to be a song, strung along. Be the last to know what's going on. I know you don't like rappers. Rochelle, Rochelle. It was good is SALAMAY, and I'm here with Culture Shock. Today I'm going to be performing Rochelle. It's a song about someone who doesn't like rappers, but it's a lot deeper than that. And yeah, there's a lot coming next year, including shows, music, a lot more. So today I'm just going to be performing Rochelle.
Speaking of subjective, I want to divert into another aspect of content creation, which is like, I don't want to call it influencing, but like people that like post pictures of like their outfits and stuff, and I don't want to. Everyone that's posting like their outfits are good, but Abs Yusuf is a good, for me, example of like how he incorporates his style, fashion, and content creation.
Is probably the best one.
Now, in terms of, I suppose that this for you, is there a difference between fashion, drip, and trend? Like,
Oh, 100%.
Like-
But I always joke, and I think I'm also being serious, that I'm always the wrong person to ask
why?
about.
You're the
because
architect.
Obviously. But my taste is very, very specific. Like, there's a lot of things that a lot of people like, and I do not get it, but I get why y'all like it, because it's basic in my eyes. That's not
It's
a
safe.
sense.
No. I
It's
know. I
not
get
a
what you're
sense,
saying.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
I hear you,
just-
I feel
I
you.
hear you.
just
I honestly hear you. Cargos and a hoodie, basic. I can go out. Yeah.
I won't lie. Sometimes cargos and hoodies bang.
Yeah,
it bangs.
I get
But
here.
in terms of having personal style and following trends, like trends, personally, I hate trend followers. I hate it. I hate it because of me personally.
But-
because of my job, I actually consistently have to work on.
But is it not hard to be a trendsetter in somewhere like Ireland?
Because we're haters.
Yeah, and I'm the biggest.
And your friends will shit on you.
It's not hard to be a trendsetter. And this is not even about fashion. There's many like unoriginal podcasts. If I don't know if anyone.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
They're
Shout out.
probably the biggest trendsetter
Yeah.
for you guys to see.
No,
Let's be real.
I started podcast
Yeah.
because of them.
Literally. And then obviously, where's the head at took the baton from there.
the next level.
And then now they're the level that people are looking at that like, oh, we want to have our live show. We want to have a viral moment. We want to have, do you know what I mean, this level of following. So that's, podcasts about fashion. There's people like Dami, to go back once again. Dami, people like Habib Yusuf, whose transitions is definitely
So cold.
is definitely
Coldest.
inspiring people trying to do those things. I do not see anyone trying to do what I do, to be honest, because I'm not even, but people
You're
like
an alien.
Lucas, people like,
Why do you not think you see anybody try to do what you do? Is it
because they can't.
okay?
I just said she's an
Okay.
alien.
That's not even a cocky thing.
No, it's true.
No,
I
they
hear it.
really can't, and there's people that have tried, like that in Ireland,
They couldn't do it.
and
They went levels. They went levels.
She couldn't even try to be humble about it.
I'm not a cocky, no. I just mean the thing is, the reason I don't think that people can do what I do, and I don't even think I'm doing anything special, because I always say about this, because obviously things like Telfar or Crocs, that people think that, oh, I was one that did it first in Ireland. It's not. Fact of the matter is, Ireland is such a small place, but we're like, who said it earlier, 10 years behind?
Yeah.
I don't know, was it, someone said, yeah, it's like, we're like 10 years behind. So in America, in Berlin, in Copenhagen, even Nigeria, even in like Nigeria, we're earlier. They're way earlier than we are. Like, trends reach us last. But because I follow so much people in all those other different countries, and then I start to now do maybe those things, it looks like I'm the one that did it. I'm like, no, we're just
Behind.
here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
They're actually a hater.
I don't know. Just a random question. How far away? I don't know. Do we have an Irish Fashion Week?
We don't.
How far away are
Watch the
we?
space, though.
How far away are we from getting there and having people like Dami Hope or even like Billy Kiss and all these people? How far away are we to having one in Ireland and putting those type of people on?
I think Fiona said it earlier, it's all about resources. It's actually not impossible to do things like that. To go back to even when I did Spotlight along with Fiona and Rob.
Shout out.
Spotlight Air, just to give a quick lowdown, it was basically a celebration, in my opinion, the first time it was ever done, of having Black and Irish artists, but not just music artists. So I had actors, there was dancers, it was cut out because of COVID. One day maybe the world will see it.
That's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Like the best parts of my film was cut out, but you know what, it's fine.
We
is
gotta
what it is.
charge it to the game.
Charge.
But there was podcasts in it, podcasting it, actors, fashion, try to do things on a new stage. And the only reason I could do it is because number one, it was a piggybacking off, unfortunately, George Floyd's death.
hate when
And I'm
you say
very,
this.
very honest about this. Fact of the matter is, people started caring about Black people in Ireland in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, I joked that we had 18 months to capitalize off that, and was I not right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That time is running out, you know,
Yeah.
to capitalize off it. Fact of the matter. Thankfully, there's a few people who have been able to kind of like take that support and pull it out after the 18 months. But I was able to make something like that because of a resource, because I was supported by the government. And then because I had the idea and I was ready. The thing about Lucky is like you're ready at that time to take that support and create something with it. So to answer your question directly, it's not far off. We just need people who are ready to do it, and we just need the government to see that.
Support.
I have a question. Do we have Irish designers to have a fashion week?
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
A lot, actually.
I was just
There's a
asking.
lot now, not black, which is something that frustrated me actually when I was doing Spotlight. Every single person is actually wearing an Irish design, who is performing. Every single artist that was performing, they were wearing something made by an Irish designer. I wanted it to be a black and Irish designer, but unfortunately, there was only one.
You?
Yeah, no, I'm not a designer. I would never
okay,
claim to be. I'm a stylist. I'm a director. I'm a producer. But
Only one available or one willing to work? Because I feel now we have more than
yeah,
one.
we have one exactly. But I made that in December 2020.
2 years.
So,
Okay.
do you know what I mean? So now, that's what was I saying earlier? Literally, 2022 has been the best time for any kind of creator to bring something out. So it is possible, and if we're going to do a fashion week, we unfortunately cannot just do a black one. It's going to have to be everybody, because
Fashion week.
no one going to come. Ain't gonna care. No one going to come. Like, where's the money? And also, where is the money? You need money to do resources to do those kind of things, but people just need to be ready to do that, and that's it. But hopefully, give me 1 year.
Give her 1 year.
1 year.
I'm gonna hold that against you.
No, it's awesome.
What would you say? Well, to bring it back to entertainment, I feel like for a country like Ireland, now we're starting to get eyes on us on a national stage or national level, like Dami Hope through Love Island, Israel Adesanya being the fastest runner in Ireland.
Israel Adesanya.
Huh?
He said Israel Adesanya. That's a UFC fighter.
Yeah. Olatunde.
Well, it's Israel
I think
Olatunde.
I think you're
Cut that
correcting
out,
me.
Ron.
It's
Cut that out.
It's correct.
Israel Olatunde.
My bad. It's one Israel shot. But yeah,
And Rashida as well.
I'm Rashida,
Rashida,
exactly.
yes.
Adeleke.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting more eyes on us.
Yeah.
And I feel we're opening up, especially now we're the only English speaking country in the EU now that England are out. What would you say has been the viral moment that's come out of Ireland? Because to see the boys with the blonde bob clip on Shade Room, huh?
That was crazy.
What? That was
crazy.
nuts. And it's like, but we
that
should
2022?
get used to it.
That's what you do.
Like
Nah,
we should get.
it was 2021.
No, it was started this year.
Blonde Bob.
Nah, it wasn't, because I was at WizKid. I remember seeing it. It was 2021
Are you
December.
sure?
It was December 2021. I was at
December.
WizKid. I saw it.
December seeped into.
My bad. But I'm gonna
Wrapping
count
up
it as
now.
2020.
Yeah.
But like for you guys, what would be your viral moment of this year?
It wouldn't be just a moment. It would just be the whole Dammy's Love Island experience.
Yeah.
I know that's not a moment, but just to have a black and Irish guy, people coming for his accent, and we're all here when the best heartbreaker win, and we're here defending his accent, saying like he's a black Nigerian guy who grew up in Wexford, obviously with English influences, so his accent is going to be mixed. That's just our whole journey with Dammy, and then watching him come home and do a podcast at home, which reached over there, because I'm listening to, what is it, Heather, and then Taser was like saying, oh yeah, I saw Dammy was on You Man's pod. So just that moment culturally alone was big for us, just like the whole Love Island run.
I was in Malta while Love Island was happening. I went to DLT Malta, and literally every person we spoke to was like, do you know Dammy?
Yeah.
Do you know Dammy? Are you from Ireland? Oh my God, you sound just like Dammy on TV. So I think, just to piggyback off what Jordan said, I think that was the defining moment for us as a black community in Ireland.
And I'm going to give it to Dammy after already hating. No, for real. One thing I'm very proud of, and I saw it today, and I was like, as I was talking there, is after he did win, he's still supporting us in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Going
didn't
on the
forget
pod-
us.
Do you know what I mean? Go on the podcast. Even
wearing
me personally,
Fortune stuff.
You know, wearing,
Yeah.
supporting Fortune's Live Lagos thing, but even also
DLT he came back to do,
but even
yeah.
supporting me.
License
So
to Pride.
I was
License to
like,
Pride,
I really was like, everybody in my company was pitching that we need to get him on the magazine, and they think I'm his best friend. I'm like, I don't know this guy like that. And I asked, and he genuinely came back to Ireland. We had a 2-hour slot to shoot a full spread, and he came stressed, did the shoot, and ran off to the airport. But like, he didn't have to, but he did it anyway. So props to him.
I think
But
that whole moment.
I think single-handedly, he is.
No,
a
he's
whole moment.
he's amazing.
Shout out
He's
Dammy.
Vote for him.
You may see him.
Awkward.
You may see him soon.
You see him soon.
And like I also feel like he like I feel like he played everything perfectly.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like he hasn't put a step wrong since Love Island, since coming out. He hasn't done
Even the Black Love King.
And
it's just-
you know what? That's
perfect.
the main thing as well. It feels like obviously everyone kind of knows of Dami and everything. It just seems like he's just continuously beating him. Like all of his friends are like, no, that's just Dami. Like even when he's on Love Island and they're like, oh, would you kiss your boy? He's like, yeah, I've done that. I've done it. Like he's just him.
Yeah,
And
he really put Wally on the spot.
some people were tweeting about. Do we know who it is?
Oh, me, all did.
Yeah, but
just
like,
content. It's
but
just-
I do think.
It was 4 years ago. They wouldn't tweet who's the
Can anybody
Is that-
please
can anyone confirm this?
Yeah, on the Twitter.
But yeah,
Who's
nah,
it
man.
denying? Someone confirm
Like,
this?
We know it's not
I feel like.
Where is the mystery?
It's just content. I'm just doing content. You know?
But yeah, no, I feel like he took it, he ran with it, and he's making us proud. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't feel like if someone's like, oh, you sound like Dami, I'll be like, don't compare me to that guy. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's Dami.
That's it. That's it.
And I feel like
Relax.
one thing Dave said in the last segment about like professionalism and excellence, he exemplifies that now that, like you said, now we have a new standard to mirror and to follow because we're doing a wrap up of 2022. I can't wait for 2023.
Yeah. It was
Like I cannot wait.
just like on the whole thing. We have the Dami, then we have the Abi Yusuf, then we're having live shows with our content creators. They're hosting. There's live podcasts,
Can I give a
musicians.
girl a prop?
So
Because I'm on- No, Katya.
yes,
How could
exactly.
you forget?
Long Island.
Yeah.
Shout out Katya,
Katya.
man.
Now, I won't lie to you, and someone touched on
love
it in
her
the
so
last
much.
one, that it's, I think it was Nesser, me actually agreeing with her for once. And, and it's the fact that it's a bit annoying that ascending into a white space is what we're glorifying essentially, like Love Island, Katya being on Ireland AM, but fact of the matter is, it is what it is, and a win is a win.
Yeah.
So I absolutely, so if we're gonna have Dami, let's have Katya.
That's
as well.
true.
Facts.
I
am
agree with that
so
100%.
impressed. Like she is a dark-skinned woman on
Thick
morning
woman.
thick.
I'm glad the women said that.
She's
We
what
can
that?
say it, but you guys okay. A dark-skinned woman on TV every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like the kids, she's like what, 25, 26.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna be able to watch that growing up now.
Yeah.
And like she's there to say it's not like a temporary role. That is her like
Her
full-time
slot.
role now. So Dami, Katya, I think they win.
That's
This win for me.
Another girl as well. I don't know her, but I seen it on Instagram. I think her name is Aisha Akorede. She also won
Oh,
Beauty and the Geek UK.
She's
Yeah.
in love with a white man.
Well,
It still counts.
It
Well, yeah, her as well. I don't know her personally, but I saw it. I saw it on someone's Instagram. She also won Beauty and the Geek UK. She's another Black Irish babe as well. So you know, we're doing
There's a lot
bits.
of people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
we're doing bits.
Like you're saying, 2023, 2022 has made us excited for 2023. Just in terms of like the Katya and Dami and the live shows we're seeing and the cross content we're seeing people in the UK. All of that, it's like okay, everybody now stepping your game up is just good for everybody. Everybody get better content.
I hope.
Was the Fumes the Engineer A92 this year as well?
No, I think that was.
no, I think that was last year.
Oh yeah, well that's
coming to their show though.
Yeah.
yeah. Like so that like
That's a
even
big
on the
one as
music
well.
front, like I feel like
Of-
as a culture, as the Black and Irish culture, we've made so much noise at this point that everyone is starting to look at us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like so next year, I only expect more things, like just things to pop off in it.
No one wants to be complacent. I don't know who talked about it. It was at Jafar's on the Where's Your Head At?
Yeah.
Wait, I lied. I watched that. I watched that in full. Sorry, think about it. I watched that in full. I did watch that episode in full as well because because I'm not nominated, so I wanted to.
To hate as
That's
well.
the third
You wanted to
time
be
she
hated
says
Guys,
while you're
I don't
watching.
realize
She's taking shots at you.
I'm at someone over here.
Cry blood.
She's been telling me to cry blood the last 2 months. But yeah, it's about complacency. Like I hope that just because if anyone wins, this year, for example, or someone thought they really had a really really good 2022. I hope we don't just stay in our boots. And we're
Yes.
like, I'm done. Do you know what I mean, I don't have to do anything else. Like it's very 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 important that we're kind of like not stepping on each other's like backs, but like off the foundations of what everyone else is doing, and we're trying to do better.
Iron
Like,
sharpens
trying to-
iron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to like outdo each other essentially because it creates greatness.
Yeah.
Because what happens, I feel like sometimes you think, I've
Sorry
done a
guys,
shot.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up because we're actually meant to be out of here now. Almost an hour we've been on here. Now, we're gonna do the last segment now, which is what do you want to see in 2023? Now we spoke at length on events. We spoke at length on music. Now content and entertainment. We spoke about all the different. And by the way, we're not. If your name hasn't been called out today, it doesn't take away on anything that everybody has done this year. Zeda speaking by herself. But like, it doesn't take away from anything anyone has done. This culture check is just to see how far we've come, especially this year. But now, what do we want to see in 2023?
I feel like in the very first segment that you guys did about all the events, more of that, because I felt like with the Guinness block party, as they call it, a lot of people, we had opposing views. People were looking at it more from a standpoint of who should and shouldn't be there, why wasn't I there? Whereas instead of just looking at, okay, this is what's happening within our culture, and this is year one. So let's build on this from now and have more of that. And then next year, there's a saying, build it up and they will come. So Guinness and Def Jam, they've seen what we're building and they're coming. So if we just keep building, they'll keep coming and there'll be more resources. And Hamed is someone I've heard of 10 years ago, and I'm 29 now. So, and when he started, he was just doing Rides Venue. And now to see Hamed have Burna Boy at the Tree Arena, and not only is he doing that, he's putting black and Irish talent up there with him. So my point of view is like, when we get to these rooms, and I hope that these Def Jams, everybody keep coming back. I know what you said about glorifying them. It's just, when we're in these spaces, we can then use our platform to bring people along with us like Hamed did. So I don't think we should have looked at it as like, I wasn't there, who wasn't there, instead of acknowledging, okay, we're building something, they're coming. Now that we're in the door, what can I do to bring others? Just like Hamed did with the DJs and Plantain Papi. And so from my perspective, more of that, more of people coming to us, and then from that, using them too. Because black culture is pop culture, like black quote unquote, like from their point of view. Using them too and say, okay, you've given us this platform. Now that you've given me this platform as strategist for the game, let me take someone to come here with me. Do you know, that kind of way? So I want to see more
Fiona,
of that.
what would you like to see next year?
I just like to see quality. I feel like consistency is something that we tend to struggle with as a Black and Irish community, but this year it has really leveled up. And you do have people like the Where's Your Head At Boys who have actually led on that consistency basis, and people are following. But like what was said earlier, not to get complacent, but to keep up that level of quality and even to exceed it even further, you know? Like we've all been saying throughout the whole thing, we're at its infancy, and for the infancy to grow, you need to feed it with quality. So just to keep striving for that quality and even pushing that quality bar to the next level and to the next level. Not that I don't believe in perfection, but to strive as close to perfection as possible. It may not be 2023, but 2023 can be another stepping block to that level. That's what I want to see.
Big Deji.
Yeah, just excellence, innit? Like, just honestly, I want to see variety. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just see podcasts and rappers, like R&B people. You want to see poets. You want to see, like, just everything. Like, honestly, I'm rooting for everyone Black, and I want us to take over everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, teachers, doctors, surgeons. Like, I literally want us to take over everything and just kind of. Do you get what I'm saying? Please, please. I'm on my knees. I'm on my knees. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we're seeing barbers do madness. Look, we need a plumber. We need electricians. Like literally, we need everything. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, as Black people, I feel like we kind of just exude excellence, anyways. So let's just sit in that and continue to be excellent. Do you get what I mean? And continue. Come on, you know I'll be dropping bars.
Zeda, what you got for me?
What I would like to see in 2023, and this is even a personal thing as well, is I would like to see us be a little bit more honest with each other. We're all very honest in closed doors, but for real, I genuinely did enjoy Jafar's conversation, and that even inspired a few more people to be honest. The thing is, lying or not being straight up to people's faces is breeding some kind of, number one, familiarity is there, 100%, but it's breeding mediocrity.
Local champion mentality.
You know, you get.
Say it again.
Local champion
We
mentality.
got that in. So I would like to see people, because even when people talk to me about Spotlight, I ask you, like, what did you think? Like, what did you see wrong? Because I want to know, because when I do it again, I want to know what I did better. And I don't need you to like soften the blow or whatever. Tell me you thought it was ass, or tell me you thought what parts could be better. Obviously, there's definitely what's the word when you give constructive criticism. Yes, definitely that should be there. Like, don't just hate just to hate.
Yeah.
Tell myself that. But
Sometimes it's fun.
Sometimes it's
fun.
But I think let's just be more honest with each other and just tell each other the truth. If someone drops the record now, you don't need to write in the comments and be like, "Yo, bro, this is us." But maybe DM them. Now they're gonna see that DM and they're gonna screenshot it.
Now
post
you're a
it on
hater.
story.
Yeah.
So you're a
Yeah.
hater. But maybe ask for them and call them so they have no proof.
But this is the thing, yeah. Like, is not everyone's ready for that honesty.
I know, but we have to get ready.
But that's what she
We
wants to
won't
see
grow.
in
20 That's why I want to see it. 2023, I think it's actually, I know this year felt like our year, but I think 2023 is our year. And if it's not our year,
We'll run it back again, 24.
We're running back.
we'll keep running.
Nah,
we'll keep running.
guys,
It's a sick year, and I'm so proud of everybody.
Thank you so much for your opinions, and that has been the Check
I have
Up
one more
wrap-up.
thing.
Is that all?
I have one more thing.
What?
Comment, like, and subscribe to the shop. And charge it to the game. Go listen. Thank
Every Wednesday.
Go listen to everybody. Who else is on this?
All right.
Who else is on?
But nah, it's been great. Like, I feel like the way the scene is growing and with everyone doing bits in the scene, I feel like it's great that we can have a conversation about the year, reflect, see what things that we can improve on. And I suppose the question is, what do you guys want to see in 2023?
First of all, shout out to Culture Shop Media for
Come
putting
on.
this together.
My home and that.
This
Brought you
this
mans
would
in.
not be possible without them. So shout out to these man still.
Since you're shouting them out, kick us off, Tommy. What do you want to see next year?
I just want everyone to watch out for where's your head at. That's all.
Ooh.
I'm all we've been watching, bro. We're tired.
Wait, what you been watch out? Like, have you guys not done enough damage?
Enough. Wait to see what happens next year.
Is
man.
it?
Yeah. You know, just watch out for us. And I think I'm excited to see what musicians are going to do, artists. I think Cello has showed everybody what is possible if you do certain things right. And I'm praying that some people picked up on it so they can make the right decisions. So, yeah, musicians I'm really excited for to see
Okay.
the ones that do well.
Dave?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not scared of where your head at because, like,
Ooh.
we have to. Not in that way. Yeah. No, we have to draw.
Podcast
beef.
You guys,
Oh my
man.
God, we're linked.
Yeah, no, I think we should draw inspiration from these sort of things. So, like, we set a bar this year, and more bars are about to be set. So, I hope surely, like, people have absorbed information, and they'll just take a new approach. And like I said, I hope in 2023 I see people more inspired. And as I said in the last segment, like, I hope people just have belief in what they do. Because you can be good at what you do, but sometimes, I don't know, the constraint can be kind of like your mindset. So I hope people just, I don't know, essentially go, like, fuck it, I have the talent, I have the art there. There's other elements I need to hone in on, and they just get excited about the journey, but have belief through it. Because there's a lot of things I know in any respective industry that can throw you off. Like we said, growth isn't linear. You might get different streams and different views one week, and then get totally different streams and views another week. So you can interpret it one way. You can have what you consider bad views or bad streams the next year, the next 1 week, and then the next week you could, you could pop and then
Go viral.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, it's a fleeting feeling as well, because you get excited, like you get the dopamine from it, like you're happy about it for about a week, and then it goes. So it's always about looking at the bigger picture and just having belief in the grander scheme of things that, yeah, I can really kind of, most importantly, create an impact. And that's why I hope people have belief that they can kind of create an impact there.
That's a great answer. Daniel, what do you want to see in 2023?
More live shows, especially big up to your boys for what you did because you set the bar. But then also it was cool to then see the live show that happened with Charge of the Game and Nesser and Dongo as well, and see more people do stuff like that. I'm releasing music next year, so I'm buzzing for that. And so I'm really excited for that. So I've taken everything that they said here. But then things like that as well, to actually have belief in yourself, to actually see more people take those risks, artists take more risks. I want to see projects. A lot of people have been dropping singles. I'd love to go back to seeing, like, shout out to Body of Work, like Hair Squid. Shout out to the EP they dropped this year as well. It was sick. And they're working on their album as well. So I want to see more projects as well, and actually take that risk and put out a body of work that, like, this is me. Because it's easy to just do single. But that's something I'm also working towards as well and seeing that. So I'm excited for that. And that's me personally, though.
Great stuff. Hey, it's me, Nasser.
Yay.
What do you want to see next year?
I want to see continuity. I think in the scene and in everything, we have a lot of people who do stuff, and then there's a lull, and then there's another big thing. I want to see continuity in everything that we're doing. I think we mentioned building a lot this year. I think for a lot of us that were on this couch, building next year is not enough. And for a lot of people in the scene, building is not enough anymore. There are certain platforms that have been developed, and I hope that they continue to become more developed and in a holistic way, in the sense that it might be one side of things that was working really good, and then maybe it's marketing, maybe it's promo, maybe it's collaborating, like whatever it is for you, if there's certain thing that you need to work better on to boost what you've already started and built. And for me personally, it's something that I'm working on. So continuity in everything that we've started building, I think, is extremely important for all of us.
Love that. Nah, everybody has spoken well today, and I can't even take anything away from anybody. And the purpose of the conversation today is just to, like I said, reflect and see how we can champion the scene and keep pushing forward. And if you've enjoyed today's conversation, please follow Culture Shock Media, and also each and every person that has sat on this couch. They're all doing dope, amazing things. And see y'all next year.
Shout out Opizzy.
Yeah, shout out me.